Major moves. We going all in, like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.
Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't blame me or any other random person that gives you some money tips for any of your financial decisions. I provide information based on research that may guide you to taking a deeper look at a particular company. However, in no way am I suggesting to invest or not invest in that company. Your decisions are that of your own. I present information that is readily available on the internet, and I piece together the story to create and provide a more holistic concept to create a bigger picture. This information is for educational purposes only. Ultimately, I'm a guy in a Spider-Man mask, and you should not take financial advice or information from me. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mr. Man, and you're joining this channel because you're looking for, let me just move this mic here, because you're looking for some fire content and some information on what's going on in the cryptosphere and in a real world outside of the cryptosphere. So I'm about to make some huge connections for you guys. If you haven't yet, and you're on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. This is me here, Mr. Man. My name is, what is my name on Twitter here? They're right there, right here. At Mr. Man XRP. Give me a follow here. And I put out fire content for you guys, usually all day long. A lot of news, a lot of connections with cryptocurrencies, XLM, XRP, XDC, Chainlink, a lot of the utility tokens here, as well as I give you content about what's going on in the real world here. And what I'm about to talk about now has the potential to get me removed from YouTube. Almost positive my page is going to blow up here. But I'd rather be that individual who you consider a friend and a colleague, who will be completely honest with you and say what needs to be said. And by doing that, that makes you hurt. Or I can be your best friend and just lie to your face and tell you exactly what you want to hear. I'd rather be a good friend to you and be extremely blunt and honest. So just so you know, this will be some fire content. If this has the capabilities of being posted, it might be under fire, it might get me shadow banned. There might be a few things that happen, but we'll see where that goes. Anyways, here we're talking about JPM. We're talking about JEP, the individual who's involved in trafficking of minors. I'm not going to say his full name. I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere. But I won't say his name. I'll just tell you what I'm talking about there. You'll know JEP. Anyways, right here, I had said on Twitter, JPM managed to keep rank as a G-SIB, and a G-SIB is a global systemic, what the hell is it called again? There we go. Global systemically important bank. That's what a G-SIB is. So this gets put out by the FSB every year in November. They re-update that to state the position of the banks and who's a global systemic bank at that point. So recognize the implications this will happen when it starts to fall. It's already started to fall. Kramer said, JPM is a fortress. The chart looks like a dead cat bounce to me. So here we have the Financial Stability Board here talking about G-SIBs, what a G-SIB is and how it gets updated every November. Then here you'll see JPM right at the top. From November 2022, right there. Okay. Down here, what are we looking at here? Here's the an article about this now. Just after they had put out or issued the statements about the G-SIBs there on the FSB website. JPMorgan maintains status as world's most systemically important bank. Note that word, the most systemically important bank. Is this above BlackRock? BlackRock is in a different asset class at that point. They're in they're in a different class completely, I want to say, because I don't recall seeing them on this list. Let's just double check just to make sure. I don't want to end up having to eat my words here. This is the list here. Right, you see Goldman Sachs there. See Deutsche Bank, Bank of Mellon, Bank of New York Mellon, Morgan Stanley, Royal Bank. Nope, I don't see them. right? Because they are classified as something different. They are an asset fund. It's an asset management is what they are. They're not considered a bank. So, that being said, there are some connections I'm about to make with you guys right now that happened literally. Today is what, the 11th? 2 days ago, as I was digging up some information on JPM. This is going to hurt the channel, probably, but here we go. JPM sues former exec over Epstein links, or JE links. JPM Chase is suing former high-level executive Jess Staley over his ties to JEP, naming him as the official involved in sexual assault case against the firm. The financial services giant was facing legal proceedings in case brought forward by the U.S. Virgin Islands on an unnamed woman who said she was a victim of Ep's case scheme, which involved JPM employees. All right. The defendant, known as only Jane Doe 1, alleged that Ep's scheme had been aided by the firm providing him with financial services while knowing through the employee about criminal activities. In a New York federal court filing on Wednesday, and do note, New York is a blue state. I'm not trying to talk about red and blue and politics. It has nothing to do with it. But with what's going on right now, being under attack and everything, blue states, blue individuals seem to be the one leading with all this fake news coming out of the media here. New York is a blue state. They're completely taken over by that. The Wall Street behemoth identified Staley, whom it employed from 1979 to 2013, as the representative in question. Staley later became CEO of Barclays before resigning from the British bank in 2021. The original lawsuit alleges that Staley personally observed Doe as a trafficking and abuse victim at times, including through his departure from JPM in 2023. Next article. All right. So, a U.S. judge on Thursday ordered JPM, Chase & Co. to hand over more documents concerning Chief Executive Jamie Dimon to the U.S. Virgin now for the territory's lawsuit accusing the bank of aiding in this case here. All right, so Jamie Dimon's involved in this too. It's not just the individual employee, Jess Staley. This also involves Jamie Dimon. This is deep stuff here. So that being said, so we know who's involved now, right? So let's take a look at what I had said. What else I had said? Let me go back here. Cause literally that same date. Where is it? Where is it? This right here. All right. So JPM is the Black Swan. Let me show you how I know it's the Black Swan. This is JPM's 5-year chart. Look at this upward trajectory. You can see the top here, the last blow off the top up here, and then boom, starts blowing down here. You can see the downward trend. Charts only move 3 ways. It's either trending up, trending sideways and accumulating, or trending down. And this is definitely a downward trend. This here, you can see it coming back up again. And Jim Cramer had put out a saying, literally like, was it yesterday? Jim Cramer had put out a tweet saying JPMorgan is a fortress. That to me sounds like he's bigging it up. Like JPMorgan this is a solid firm. This is a solid bank, you guys. Keep your money in there. Your money's safe. Everything he says to do, you do the opposite. This to me is what looks like a dead cat's bounce. When I say a dead cat's bounce, picture a cat falling out of a window. The dead body, boom, hits the ground. Bounces up one last time before finally dropping down to where it needs to go. This could be a balcony that cat hit. This could be a cliff that cat hit before it finally bounces up into the air again and down even further now to wherever that ground is. Where could that ground potentially be? Probably around here maybe. Could be around there, around the $49 mark. But we'll see. It could even go below that for all we know. We'll see. This will be the last area of resistance according to this chart. Or as my mentor says, psychological confluence? No. Psychological level. There we go. The last psychological level. I got you, man. My bad. Let me not make you look bad like that. So this could be the last psych level right here, from what I'm seeing in terms of the downtrend. However, we don't know that, so we will see. But along with that now the charts, here's what came out yesterday too, okay?
In 60 seconds, the new draft report on UFOs. The Pentagon's expert warning about a possible mothership coming close to Earth. Stay with us.
All right.
In 60 seconds, the new draft.
What do you think that is? To me, that screams Black Swan everywhere. The news is telling you to look over here at this mothership. Oh my dear God, there's a effing mothership. Wow, everybody needs to know about this. That's right, everyone needs to know about that mothership. No one needs to know about what's going on in the real world though. No one needs to know about what's going on right here. No one needs to care about this stuff at all, right? About this bank potentially collapsing due to partnerships with this individual right here and this individual right here, huh? One of the biggest globally systemic banks that there is. The biggest, as we had just seen. The biggest. We had also seen yesterday that SVB Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, has begun its plummet down. Let the dominoes fall. Right? You push that one and it's going to continue to go down there. Jim Rickards had put out a statement, I want to say a year ago, about G-SIBs. That these banks are too big to fail. No bank is too big to fail. Eventually, the central banks will step in and provide support. All right? And you who hold your money in these banks will provide support. The term is bail in. A bailout is when a central bank helps another bank out. A bailout is when the governments help you people by giving you guys stimulus of some sort, whether that's the COVID relief fund, whether that's the child benefits funds, whether that's, you can't afford property funds, whatever the hell they're going to make up. But this now involves you guys who have money in these banks. They will bail you in. By bail in, I mean if your money's in their fucking, pardon my language, in their fucking bank, your money is their money. Most banks, to my knowledge, have a 0% reserve in terms of what they have to hold in their banks now. So as soon as that money comes, it's gone. They've invested it on something else. So these banks are over leveraged like you would not believe. The cracks have always been in there. So unless you were following this, you wouldn't know. But I'm bringing this out to you guys first. All right. So as we look at SVB Bank now, this is Jim Cramer. This is how Jim Cramer operates. All right. I'm going to show you the timeline of Jim Cramer.
This morning we witnessed the second largest bank failure in American history. The ninth best performer year to date is SVB Financial. Don't yawn. This company's a merchant bank with a deposit base that Wall Street had been mistakenly concerned about. SVB, the old Silicon Valley Bank, has always been a very good business. We recently bought one of our favorite research firms, Moffett-Nathanson, and it's become less dependent upon private equity and venture capitalist offerings. Wait a second. Those dried up last year, they could come back. Yeah, some of them come back here with a stock directly affects an oversold position. In the blast zone, stock was the fourth worst performer in 2022. I think the fears were not justified, and it's a very compelling situation. Hey, by the way, stock's still cheap. Long-term private equity and venture capital, they're not going away. Being a banker to these immense pools of capital has always been a very good business. Now, you have to remember that a stock that falls 66%, like SVB Financial did last year, it takes it a lot more to recover. After losing 2/3 of your value, you need a 200% gain to get back to even. This is arithmetic. Some people call it geometry. Stock's still cheap. So you could argue SVB's nearly 40% rally this year is barely a drop in the bucket. And that's how I want you to think it. I think it's also a good example of why these bounce back moves might be far from over. This is one of those where why don't we wait until we see? I mean, we got a couple of minutes. I've learned enough in my lifetime that if I have to wait 11 minutes for an answer, I'd rather wait 11 minutes. Stock's still cheap. I actually see it as a cool hand loop problem. As in, what we got here is a failure to communicate. Has always been a very good business. SVB downplayed it was getting killed on its bond portfolio each time the Fed raised interest rates. The bank didn't signal that it had too many bad loans.
All right. Well, we get the picture there. All right. So let me show you what I mean about Jim Cramer. All right. For all you guys who don't know, we heard about the Black Swan. Here's Jim Cramer. Put out literally yesterday. JPM is a fortress. It's a fortress, meaning it's fantastic. This is not a fortress. This is on a downward trajectory here. This is on a downward trend, and it's only going to get deeper as the days go by. Look at this. Look at this. This is on the, what is this? This is the 5-year trend. This is the look at this so far for this year. Look at this year. That's a huge engulfing. Oh my gosh, that's massive. I do hope you guys recognize what's going on, all right? We're talking about aliens now and motherships, and they're trying to get people to see things that are going to be like based off of Project Bluebeam. That's what they want you guys looking at other things here. This is going to be such a massive fall. People will lose their houses. People will lose their cars. People will lose their pensions. People will lose everything that they've worked hard for because they don't understand what's going on here. And I don't want you guys to be a part of this at all. In terms of making money, I want you guys to be a part of this. So, follow this. Keep following this because it's only going to get deeper and deeper and better. And I think JPM survives this for sure because they're going to be one of the first major banks to show cracks. And they will be bailed in and they will be bailed out, all right? They will get helped out for sure. So that being said, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not giving anybody financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I work in the aviation industry. When this bank begins to fall even even further, I intend to pick up some of this stock, the JEPY, because right now they are still offering an 11%, doesn't show it here, an 11% dividend, 11.8% dividend for each stock that you hold. That is beautiful to me. Not only that, they have XRP right in their patent as well, right? SVB Bank, which Kramer was talking about there in that video I was showing you, Ripple's also connected with them as well. What kind of exposure that leaves for Ripple, I'm not sure. I don't see Ripple as leaving the industry anytime soon, if you know what I mean. All right. I want to say that's all I have to share with you guys today. My channel might end up getting blown up. I hope it doesn't. I hope it honestly does not, but we'll see where it goes. And this is Michael Burry here, putting this out 14 hours ago as well. Next, we find our world calm. Patience. Just patience. Just sit back, relax, have your cash on the side. Make sure you have your horses out that you're ready to bet on already. You know what you want. Your stuff is already in the market. And your cash is already in the market, ready to be deployed as you need to deploy it. And when you see the indicators, and your indicators are hit on TradingView, trigger it. Get your buy orders. Get your buy orders in. The exchanges that I use for crypto, they have removed that. They've removed the limit orders. They make it so you manually have to do it. These guys in Canada are very slick. Very, very slick. A month ago, actually, before I let you guys go, a month ago, I warned everybody about this. I had said that we are coming into a Black Swan here. You wouldn't believe some of the flack I had taken, but it's all good, right? You have to be one of the visionaries to be able to put this stuff out and not be offended by it. So let me go and show you. I'm just going to keep talking as I go through this here, but I mean, I put this out a month ago. What did we want to March? Yeah, February. February, I stated this. And not everybody agreed with me, and that's fine. You're allowed to, disagree, have your state. I'm not saying I'm right versus the next person is wrong. I'm just putting out my opinion based off of what I read, based off of what I've learned and continue to learn cumulatively. It's not just learn for one day and done. This is a wealth of knowledge I bring to the table here. Where is this Black Swan I'm looking for here? I do thank you guys for your patience as I scroll through to look at this. It's not really the most professional, but this is my page, right? We're just here to learn together. I'm not trying to be professional here. I'm trying to bring you guys content in terms of education to help save your ass from what's going on. Is that it? Nope. I put out too much stuff for sure. And all of it's fire. Keep you guys on top of things in regards to regulations, in regards to stablecoin regulations, CBDC regulations, in regards to regulations and policy frameworks around the world. But this is where I put it out here. February 25th, incoming Black Swan, delisting of stablecoins from Canadian exchanges. The World Bank considers XRP and XLM stablecoins. So Whether they're considered stable coins or not, we'll have to find out, because the World Bank definitely considers them stable coins. How they're viewed on the grand stage of things, we will see. But this is the message I put out. That the implementation date for ISO 20022 is March 20th, 2023. What you may not know is on February 23rd, Canada had put out an article came out on Blockworks, I believe it is, stating that by March 23rd, all exchanges need to be regulated. If not, they need to leave Canada, or they cannot operate within Canada. Also, they're stating within that. Okay, that sounds really low, so I'm not going to keep playing that. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. But what I was stating, that Canada put out an article stating that by March 23rd, all exchanges, crypto exchanges, need to be compliant with Canadian regulations. So whether you operate in Canada or you're in Canada and operating and have your setup within Canada, you need to be compliant, or else you cannot operate within Canada. And all stablecoins need to be delisted. USDT, USDC, stably, whether that includes XRP, XLM, based off of the World Bank, I'm not sure. We'll find out. But here's my proof. Where is it? Exchanges must commit to the practice known as segregation in the crypto custody and maintain a chief compliance officer under the new rules. They must adhere to the elimination of leverage trading and halting the sale and holding of stablecoins. This is a World Bank document here, which refers to stablecoins as a class of digital currencies that are relatively stable in terms of their price. RippleNet's native digital currency XRP and Stellar's native network's native cryptocurrency to Stellar Lumens, both Ripple and Stellar enable fast and more efficient cross-border payments relative to correspondent banking. Stable coins for cross-border payments. So they are considered a stable coin for cross-border payments, also known as a GSC, a global stable coin. Okay, they are the coins that facilitate the exchange, literally the exchange, the FX in real time from one currency to the next. So that's how how and why they're considered a global stable coin. People might argue and say, no, they're not a stable coin based off of traditional values of what a traditional stable coin is in comparison to USDT and USDC. USDC can be used in the real world and in the cryptosphere. USDT can only be used and will only be used in the cryptosphere should it survive what's going on. I highly doubt it's going to survive this. I think you're going to see an implosion in that as well. XRP and XLM will definitely survive this. XRP has set itself up, or Ripple has set itself up with these central bankers. Hundreds and hundreds of central bankers. And XLM set itself up as a stable coin on the retail side of things there with IBM, Worldwire. I'm not even sure if that's going. They had a connection before. It's old. I know they dissolved it now. With IBM and Maersk in regards to cross-border settlements in that way. You have XDC as well, which operates as a stable coin. A very different one, mind you, but it operates as a stable coin as well in terms of trade finance. So do know what's going on here. USDC is taking a huge hit right now because that's a stable coin with reserves in the bank. XRP is a stable coin with reserves with the central banks as its reserves. That's the big difference there. So again, USDC would be a group A stablecoin for tokenization. They tokenized that dollar value and pegged it 1-to-1. Then you have B, group 1B, with its stabilization mechanism going in at that point now, which would be the reserves banks. And the reserve banks offer the stabilized mechanism due to the gold and silver and diamonds and rupees and oil that they have. So CBDCs are the actual central bank's reserves at that point, digitized. So to move a CBDC around, you have different projects. You have Project Enbridge, which would utilize, I'm not saying is, which I'm saying would utilize a crypto coin such as XRP, right? To facilitate the movement of the central bank's money from one bank to the next bank, which would be under Project Enbridge. And then it hits the mainstream adoption at that point, not adoption, the mainstream retail individuals, right, retail banks, which would be at that point the RCBDC, the retail central bank digital currency, which is like gold, not gold. It's not the wholesale CBDC, but it's the exact mirror image of it. It's also been tokenized, has the tokenized value of that traditional asset. At that point, you have XLM utilizing that. They've done their trials already within Ukraine. And that's what's currently going on. So, again, I do want to just recap with you guys here. We were talking about this individual and his connections to this individual, and how this individual has a list that needs to be brought forward to the judge there. Interesting enough, this all ties back to the current judge that is presiding over the Ripple vs. SEC case. I won't say too much on that. I have a video coming out with one of my with my mentor of the CyberX program there, teaching you how to trade. He's the one teaching me how to trade. So give him a follow, please. He is CyberX on YouTube, and CyberX on Twitter as well. So do note the connections, do note the Black Swan, do note this individual telling you to buy the dips as these companies are falling. These massive companies are following. We learned about the G-SIBs, and this individual's bank here is the largest G-SIB, the largest global systemic bank there is, and that's based off of the charts and what we're learning. Based off of the charts, what we're learning on the Dead Cats bounce version right now of the chart, or area, not version, area, and on its way to plummet down, as you see from this giant engulfing candle here. The trajectory is down. So until the next time, guys, I look forward to seeing you again. Keep studying, keep close to the market, and by all means, please like and subscribe to my videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please like my videos. Keep the algo going wild. Share my videos. Share it. If I can get over 1,000 followers, if I can get over a certain amount of views, eventually I can get monetized. As long as I have a platform to stand on still. As long as YouTube doesn't blow my channel up. I should probably make a separate channel here, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. If all else fails, follow me right here. Oops, not there. Right here. Follow my Twitter, guys. Follow me on this journey here, and I will do my best to make sure you have fire content and fire information. I'll see you on the next one.
Making major moves. We going all in. Like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.